Welcome to the exam technique series on the Science Revision Coach channel. This series is designed to support you with your exam technique so that you can show off the science, knowledge and skills you have been able to recall from the revised Science with Me series. This video is about how to answer Physics Paper 1 questions on energy for AQA Trilogy course. Before we can attempt past paper exam questions on this topic, you first need to be aware of how to approach exam questions to ensure that you use the time allocated efficiently. Step 1. It sounds really obvious, but read the blurb of the question. This sets the scene of the question and gives you an opportunity to think about whether you are confident to answer the question straight away or whether you will need to come back to it. If you are confident, move on to step 2. If you are not, this is the time you need to move on to the next question and follow the steps above, okay, so that you don't waste time. Step 2, deep read the blurb, the data, and any other information such as diagrams associated with that question. Do you understand what that information is telling you? Have you noticed any patterns or anomalies or trends? Highlight or underline any information of note and annotate as appropriate any of the key information that you have noticed. Step 3, read the actual question. And I know it sounds patronizing, but you'd be surprised how many students don't read the actual question. And as an examiner, I see that a lot. The question would have a command word in it, and if you are not familiar with the types of command words used in GCSE science exams, you can see the link on the Science Revision Coach.org website on the students page for a comprehensive list of AQA command words. Step 4. Using your annotations and your knowledge and understanding, begin to answer the question. Remember, you do not have to write a detailed essay for an extended response type question or QWC, quality of written communication. You can write using clear bullet points, labeled diagrams, tables, and flowcharts. It's advisable to use pencil and ruler to plot and draw graphs, and use a mechanical pencil is really ideal because you don't need a sharpener. You just click it and you've got a sharp point, and it normally has an eraser at the end, so you don't need to have a pencil sharpener and a pencil eraser. You can just have one device that has all three. Use a ruler for accurate measuring data on graphs. Use a black pen to write your responses using clear scientific language and legible handwriting. Remember, if it's not readable by the examiner, you're not going to get marks awarded. Lastly, don't forget that answers from previous parts of the question may be needed in later parts of the question. So let's have a look at this question taken from the AQA specimen papers of the current trilogy specification. You can put a stop clock on to time how long it takes for us to get through this question using all the exam approaches that I have advised. This part of the question is 3 marks, so it should not take us more than 3 minutes. It should be, it's just roughly over a minute a mark in the AQA exam, science exams. So you can start the stop clock now. The blurb tells me that this is a question about making potato soup. Soup is usually eaten hot, so thermal energy seems really relevant in this question, and that's the immediate thing I'm thinking about. There is a picture showing me a pot of potatoes on a gas hob, cooking in what I presume is water. That's my life experience. I know that normally you cook potatoes in water. As I study the text underneath the diagram, I notice key information that I'm going to annotate using the equation symbols I have remembered. So I notice that the change in temperature needs to be calculated. So I do this now and annotate it. All the other units don't need to be calculated or converted in this particular case. The mass is in kilograms, which is the standard unit for mass. I can then substitute the values into the equation and I write this down. I can then use my calculator to calculate the answer and write this down, noting the correct units. I can now stop the timer and hopefully you can see that I have completed this using the steps approach that I talked to you about earlier, and whilst I'm talking you through my thought process, all within the allotted time expected for this question. When checking against the mark scheme provided on the AQA website, I can see that my answers are correct. So you can pause the video now to reflect on what I've just said, or you can carry on to the next part of the question. So I'm going to start my stopwatch again for 4 minutes because for this question there are 4 marks. This part of the question asks why the energy supplied is greater than what I calculated in the previous part. I have to use my knowledge of wasted energy and dissipated energy to answer this part of the question. I'm then asked how I could reduce the time taken to heat the potato, and it is a combination of my life experience and my knowledge of heat transfer. So putting a lid on a pot will reduce the heat transfer to the surroundings and lessen the cooking time. Part D is a calculation submerged in text, classic physics and applied maths type of question. As I read the information, I annotate the key figures and values. I also have been provided with an equation. I substitute the values into the equation and write this down in the answer response section. Then I calculate using my calculator, not my head. It's not a mental arithmetic test, and I am allowed a calculator in a science exam. And then I write the value in the answer line just to make it very clear. I can now stop my stopwatch, and I can see that I'm still within the 4 minutes provided for this question. Checking my answers against the mark scheme, I can see that I've got maximum marks. So again, you can pause the video and reflect this. And obviously, I've written my answers, not typed, I've handwritten them. And obviously that is being played back to you. But with the time that's left, even if you are a slow writer, that will still give you plenty of time to write your response. And remember, I didn't use all my time in the previous parts of this question. And actually, I could have added that to this part of the question. So bear that in mind. Right, the last part of this question is 2 marks. So I can set my stopwatch for 2 minutes. As I read the blurb of this question, I can see that there are some keywords, technical tier 3 words, that indicate to me that I need to use my knowledge of insulators and their role in heat transfer to answer this question. I also need to step back and think about the question as a whole and recall the information at the very start. The whole question is about making soup. Soup is eaten hot. I have just answered a question about blending the potatoes to make a smooth soup, but I still want to eat it hot or serve it hot. So having an insulator for the jug means that my soup remains hot and does not cool down too much. This sometimes explains or is explained as the logical thinking required in science exam questions. Again, stop the clock and you should see that I've not spent more than the time allocated for this question. And when checking the mark scheme, we can see that my responses are still correct. Thank you for sticking around for a short time to practice your exam technique. You can access past papers from the website of your exam board or have a look at the description below for more details on how you can access other past papers in one place. If you haven't already subscribed or pressed the like button, please do so now. And if you need any further resources, check out the sciencerevisioncoach.org website, especially if you need support on advice to support your mental health during revision. Goodbye and good luck.